What's up, guys? This is Kephas.
The single button assistant could go down as one of the most controversial things that Blizzard has ever added to World of Warcraft. Some are calling it the death of WoW, while others are seeing it as a breath of fresh air. And for me, it's confirming something that I've felt about the game for a very long time, which is that World of Warcraft has some fundamental design issues. When you look at the single button assistant on paper, you may not think much of it. I mean, yeah, it does do your entire DPS rotation with one button, but it's not the most efficient rotation for most classes, and it incurs a global cooldown penalty. Most fall behind in multi-target situations, and it doesn't use your offensive cooldowns. And to paint the picture further, WoW had provided the data, estimating that most classes using the single button assistant would perform at about 75 to 85% of their maximum DPS potential. Reading online, most players didn't seem to think much about this, assuming it was a great accessibility tool for players like myself, or a bone being thrown to casual players, like myself. Then we all started playing, and this community got a brutal wake-up call, which is that most of us are getting our butts kicked by a clunky one-button script.
That's pretty sad.
Sad for you!
The data is in, and generally speaking, the single button assistant seems to be performing better than about 75% of the entire player base, keeping up with or doing better than the average heroic raider. And some people are calling the tool broken, and you can see where they're coming from, but I think it's more than that. I think it shows that the way combat is currently designed just doesn't work for most people. And before anyone starts throwing shade, let's be real about this. Almost every serious player is already using tools to automate some part of the game. Simcraft to figure out talents and gear, DBM to yell at you about mechanics, weak auras to flash lights and noises when something procs. We're already playing a half-automated game. This one-button tool is just more upfront about it. The reality is that WoW doesn't actually teach you how to play. You don't learn how to do your rotation by leveling, you don't get real-time feedback that helps you improve, you just hit max level, look up a guide, and hope you're doing it right. And if you're not using third-party tools, you're kind of flying blind. So in light of that, it's not surprising at all that a lot of people are doing better with a one-button tool. It's not about laziness, it's about the fact that the game has gotten so complicated the average person doesn't want or can't keep up with it. Speaking for just myself here, I'm legally blind. I've been playing WoW for years, and the complexity has only gotten worse. SBA doesn't make me feel like a god, it just lets me participate again. It's not ideal, but it's the first time in a long time I felt like I could keep up in group content. That said, I don't want to press one button. I'd rather be more involved. But I can't manage rotations with 15 keybinds and half a dozen random effects while still trying to move out of stuff. So it's a trade-off. Less engagement, but more access. And for me, and apparently a lot of people, that's worth it. But here's my point. I don't think that this tool is breaking WoW. I think it reveals that WoW is already broken and relying on outside tools to make itself playable. And to be frank, if you think that the single button assistant is the problem, you're kind of missing the point. The problem is the game expects way too much from players and doesn't teach them any of it. And it's not just about accessibility. The average player isn't parsing in the top 10%. They're not importing 20 weak auras or simming their gear every patch. They're trying to play a game. And the way WoW is built now, the game just doesn't meet them where they're at. And that's why the single button assistant matters. You might see it as some crutch for bad players, but to me, it's a mirror. It's showing us how many people the current design has left behind. What WoW really needs is a middle ground. Not one button, not 15, just something that's deep enough to be interesting, but intuitive enough to pick up without downloading 5 add-ons and importing 20 weak auras. It feels like it's all back-end spreadsheets and front-loaded prep work. It's not fun for a lot of people anymore, and they're checking out. So I agree with people who feel that the single button assistant isn't perfect. It's a band-aid fix. a response to a game that's gotten too far away from what made it good. And unless Blizzard rethinks how the game teaches, how it scales, and how it welcomes new or returning players, tools like SBA will keep showing up. Not because people are lazy, but because they're tired of needing a degree in add-ons and playing the game like a part-time job just to engage. But that's where I'm at, and now I'd like to hear from you. Please just keep it respectful, because I think there's real stuff to talk about here. With all that being said though, I will see you guys on the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.